and welcome to Mindset Mondays. This is a new segment that I'm trying where in my Discord, my sweet friends are submitting mindset troubles to me, and I am going to help work through them with them on this YouTube video, this YouTube segment, each week on Mondays. So we have a few submissions today, a few very brave souls that were willing to put themselves on the line and allow me to work through their mindset issues with them and hopefully bring them some peace and serenity and allow them to move forward and learn how to overcome some of the troubles that they're having. So let's get started. First off, we have Jay Lee. I'm going to put it right here so you can read along with me, but I will read it out loud for you as well. Something I struggle the most with, irrational thoughts and being my worst critic. I have been working on trying to give myself more grace and compassion and talk nicer to myself, but lately it is getting harder and harder. I know a lot of it is meds I'm on, or at least that's what I'm telling myself, but I don't know if it really is or if I'm just using that as an excuse. I want to work on being nicer to myself because it is really taking a toll on my mental health. I have just gotten in this rut and self-isolating to the point I just am in autopilot. I have gotten to the point that I'm just feeling like a failure. I know part of this is due to my health issues and not having answers and being sick, but I know that isn't an excuse to be mean to myself either. My thing is, I want to work on being nicer, giving myself more grace and being more compassionate to myself. I would love any suggestions or any words of wisdom to help change these mindsets. Jaylee, this is huge. This is huge. And sweet friend, I personally know what you are going through, and I won't tell anyone on here, but what I will say is Jaylee does struggle with a lot of health issues, and she is in and out of the hospital, and I can only imagine how hard that would be on your mental health. That's a lot to deal with. So first of all, give yourself some grace. Right? Give yourself some grace and truly understand that you are going through a lot. Because two things can be true at one time. You are going through a lot and you need to be kinder to yourself, right? It's okay to recognize that you have a lot going on in your life and being kind to yourself through that as well. So, here's my question to you, Jaylee. If your best friend in the entire world, picture her. You got it? Okay. Picture her and pretend that she just wrote out everything that you wrote out to me today. What would your advice be to her? I know you wouldn't be telling her that she's a failure, right? If your best friend came to you and told you that she was going through everything you're going through right now, would you say, yeah, well, you're a failure? Yeah, well, it's the meds you're on, so you can't help yourself. You can't do anything to change it. No, you would not. So get that out of your brain. One of the best things that I have done for myself is, and it's going to feel weird. It feels weird, but you know what? It feels uncomfortable, and where do you grow? You grow in the uncomfortable. What do you have to lose? So try it. Just try it one time and tell me what you think of it when it happens, okay? I will talk to myself out loud. You have to do it out loud. You can't do it in your head, okay? Speak everything. Vent it out. I'm in the hospital all the time. I'm on meds and I feel like a failure and I'm doing this and that and I'm just so hard on myself, okay? Get it all out. Then imagine that you are turning around and you are now responding to yourself as your best friend. I know it's going to feel weird, okay? But step into the role of your best friend and respond to yourself, okay? You are not a failure. You are going through a hard time right now, and it's okay to feel sad about that. It's okay to feel like life is really freaking hard right now, but I know that you can pull through this. I know that you can work on your mindset, and I know that you can find positive aspects in your life even though you're going through this, right? So use this exercise anytime you feel like you're beating yourself up, because that's what we do. We are our own worst critics all the time. But if you can change that sound in your mind to be your own best friend, if you can be your own best friend, I promise you your life is going to change astronomically. Another thing that I would recommend for you, Jaylee, is to try gratitude exercises. However you feel like that's going to resonate with you, a gratitude journal that you can have in writing and you can continue to look back on. Write something down every day. Just saying it out loud. Waking up in the morning and saying like 3 things you're grateful for. And they don't have to be big things. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. I am grateful for my daughter's health. I am grateful that even though I'm having these medical issues, I am still here. I am grateful for the house over my head, right? So living in a state of gratitude is going to really calm down your nervous system and is going to help you recognize that even though you have these negative situations happening, you still have a lot of positive in your life to focus on as well. My last suggestion for you, Jaylee, is to rework who you are. When someone asks, "Who are you?" or when you think, "I am," the things in here that I'm seeing that I can point out that might help you kickstart this exercise, I'm seeing, "I am a failure." I'm seeing, "I am sick." Okay? Start there. A lot of things that you might hear as well are, "I am lazy." "I am a bad mom." "I am," like these are stuff that are coming from myself that I started out with this exercise. So when you identify with these things, and I know it sounds like, "Oh, that's just language. Oh, that's just whatever. I say that all the time. It doesn't mean anything," but it does. Language is so important to us and to our brain. Even if it's not conscious, your subconscious hears you and hears the way you speak to yourself. So I would highly recommend of doing an identity exercise. Who do you want to be? And what we're going to do is you're going to write these out in I am statements. So I am strong. I am determined. I am healthy. I am kind. Okay? You want to stay away from roles. We're not, "I am a mother. I am a nurse." Okay? We're not doing the roles. "I'm a wife." No. Who are you as a human being? And then you're going to say these things to yourself. And again, I know it's going to feel uncomfortable. I know that. But uncomfortable is where you grow. If you can get to the point where you can say it to yourself, making eye contact with yourself in the mirror, even better. Ask yourself why it feels painful to look yourself in the mirror. Why does that feel painful? Why does that feel awkward to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, "I am strong"? It's because you've been beating yourself up for years. Try it every morning. Wake up and say your affirmations. Give your gratitude. And then anytime something comes up or you hear yourself beating yourself up, use your best friend exercise. I really hope these 3 things can help you through this, Jaylee. I love you so much. You have been such a light in my life. And I hope that you know you are a light in others too. I love you so much, and I hope this helps. Please let me know if you need any other reworks or any specific situations that you have that you'd like to change your mindset on. I am here for you. I love you so dearly. Moving on to Alexis. Alexis says, "My anxiety and overthinking has become almost unbearable in recent years. I don't know when it started, but it has steadily gotten worse over the years and is at an all-time high. It seeps into every aspect of my life. Sometimes I will just break down and cry, or I'll go take a nap just to shut my brain off, but it doesn't usually work. I also recently developed really bad driving anxiety, which stems from a couple years of bad car troubles and an accident that resulted in me just feeling unsafe when I'm driving. I end up calling my mom or a friend when possible to help distract me. I know most of it is in my head, but I can't seem to stop it. It's to the point where I feel I need to get on anxiety medication to get it under control. First thing I notice, Alexis, is you're identifying with the anxiety. My anxiety. It means that you and the anxiety are now one. You can't disconnect from it. You can't get away from it because it's yours. It's your anxiety, just like it's your hair or it's your body, It's your anxiety. So you can't disconnect yourself from it. And I know that sounds so silly and so minuscule in a way, but just reframing that, taking that possession out of it and reframing it as I feel anxious, because feelings are fleeting, right? Feelings come and go. You don't always feel sad. You don't always feel happy. They come and they go. So stopping saying my anxiety and instead saying I feel anxious all the time. That is more true, right? Because it's not your anxiety. You got to get rid of it. We're getting rid of it. We're going to be done with it. So I feel anxious. Okay, let's work with that. And I feel overwhelmed. Okay, let's work with that. So when it comes to anxiety stems around a worry. And 99.9% of the time, we're worried about something in the future. It sounds like you have some car anxiety, so the car is going to crash. The car is going to break down on the highway and I'm not going to have anyone here and I don't know what to do and oh my God. And then you start having like these visceral reactions to thoughts. They are just thoughts. Thoughts are not facts. So what I have done in the past when I feel anxious is I work through the worry. So let's take it as a worry of the car is going to crash, okay? I will be honest with you, I used to have a really bad postpartum anxiety where this could be a trigger warning for a child passing away. But it's all hypothetical. It didn't actually happen. But I used to have visions. I used to actually be able to see in my brain my car crashing, my children passing away, and me having to carry their bodies. So when I tell you that I've been there, I promise you I've been there. I was diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression because of all of this. It was a rough time. And when I tell you that I did not do any medication and I have overcome all of it, that is also true. So if I can do it, I know that you can do it. So working through the worry. With a worry or with anxiety, there comes something you're thinking, a thought that has stuck itself in your brain and you're now spiraling. So let's take the car accident example. If you have a car accident, what will happen? 1, you don't know. It could be a fender bender. You could roll the car 17 times. You don't know, is my point. You have no idea what's going to happen. What do you know? Here's what we know. 1, right now, I am safe. Right now, a car accident has not happened. Right now, I know that if a car accident happened, I would deal with it at that time. That is what I know. But right now, there's nothing happening. And that's when I would start with affirmations. I am safe. I am aware. Right? Because that's part of it. Sure, you have crazy drivers on the road, but part of it is also your awareness. You can be aware of the crazy drivers on the road and prevent a lot of the accidents. Can you prevent everything? No, because that's how accidents work. Okay? But still, you can do things. I am safe. I am aware. I trust myself. I will handle anything that comes my way. Do you see what I'm doing? We're doing affirmations that we know are true. We're not doing affirmations like, I will not get in an accident today. Because your brain's going to be like, bitch, you could. You could, right? But if you say things like, I am safe in this moment, that is true. You're just driving. I am aware. That is true. You're looking around, you're aware of your surroundings, you're checking your peripherals, you're doing all the things. I trust myself. That is also true. You trust yourself to drive the car and get to where it needs to go. You cannot control what happens on the way there. I can handle anything that comes. That is true. Everything in your life has led you to this point, which means you have dealt with every single hardship in your life for the last, I don't know how old you are, sweet friend, but I'm 32, so let's say 32 years. For 32 years, you've been going through hardships and you have overcome every single one of them. So that is true. And if an accident were to happen, you would get yourself through it. Something else that I noticed in your message was that sometimes I'll break down and cry, or sometimes I'll go take a nap just to turn my brain off. I would highly recommend working through whatever you're going through instead of trying to turn it off. So the crying thing, that's a great release if you can do it productively. And what I mean by that is that just crying to sit in your sorrow and feel sorry for yourself and feel victimized, that's not helpful. Crying to release the emotions, to understand, I feel so sad right now. I feel so sad and I just need to cry. And then I'm going to pick myself back up and we are going to move forward. I am going to cry and then I will do the thing, whatever it is. If we're overthinking and we feel anxiety about something we have going on, let's feel those emotions. Journaling is a great option, putting it down on paper and just letting yourself go. Don't do the journaling prompts. Don't focus on a certain way to journal, especially when you're dealing with anxiety. I don't think that anyone should try to journal a certain way. I think that when you're dealing with anxiety, you should just free form, say what you need to say, get it all out on paper, and get all your feelings in front of you. You don't even have to reread it, but it feels good to let it out. If you have someone in your life who's willing to hold space for your feelings, you can let it out to them as well. I feel like this is going to happen. I feel like this, and this, and just let it out. Get it out of your body. You're holding it in. That's why you feel so visceral and so probably tight. Probably you check in with your body. How are you feeling? When I feel anxiety, my body gets tight. I'll start clenching my jaw. Sometimes I'll get hot, I can actually feel the heat radiating off of me. But check in with yourself. That's you holding in feelings. Let them out. Let them go. Work through them. Yeah, as I continue to read your message, I'm just seeing a lot of distracting, a lot of turn it off, probably a lot of numbing, right? We met on TikTok, so I imagine you're on TikTok a lot of times, right? So with numbing comes stuffing it down. When we numb, and that can happen with reading, right? We read and we numb. We enter someone else's world to get out of ours. We can doom scroll social media just to get out of our own thoughts, right? So this is all numbing. And when we numb, we're pushing our feelings down and down and down until we've pushed them all down enough where they come bubbling up and spilling out. And this could be the crying sessions that you're seeing. If you ever feel angry, a lot of times these suppressed emotions will come out as anger because anger feels easy. So when you notice yourself numbing, try to just take notice. That's step one. Just take notice and say, I am numbing right now. And if you can't stop, don't stop. Numb, but be aware that you're doing it. Set a timer. You know what? I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to numb. Then I'm going to go do what I need to do. Or when you've become aware of your numbing, try to stop. Okay? I'm numbing right now. I feel like exploding and I'm numbing. Instead, I'm going to put my phone down or put my book down and I'm going to take deep breaths. Just being in the present moment, recognizing that I am safe, even though I'm feeling anxious. I am safe in this moment and I am okay. Deep breaths. You have no idea how powerful breathing can be. I hope these tips help you. I hope you can use some of them to your advantage and get through your anxiety. Just remember, you are not a failure if you need to get on medicine. You are not a failure. And just because you take the medicine does not mean that you have to always take the medicine. If you need the help right now, it's okay. It's okay. But I believe in you, and I believe that you can work through this if you really give it a shot. You are capable, you are powerful, and you are strong. I love you so much. Moving on to Nicole. Nicole says, I am overall a calm and collected person. A little over a year ago, I started struggling with internal anxiety and feeling so weighed down. I started seeing a mental health coach to help work through some of it because I had never really faced anything I couldn't work through on my own. I still struggle with feeling like I'm not enough, like I am always failing in one aspect or another in my life. I work as a nurse and a manager. I'm in school for my master's and doing clinical hours, and I'm also a wife and mom. In my mental health sessions, one session sticks with me, thinking about the roles I play in life. Financial supporter, the boss, the mom, the wife, the laundry folder, the grocery shopper, the homework tutor, the listener friend, etc. The small and large roles. This perspective was overwhelming. Understandable. I'm still learning to voice when I need help and how to let go of some of the smaller roles. I can't let go of any of the larger roles. I don't want my kids to see me quit one of my dreams with school. I have to work, and my family is my drive, my reason for everything. So I just have been sucking it up and pushing through because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I graduate in December, hopefully. I'm a glass half full kind of person, a person who tries to see the good, a motivated person, a just keep swimming person. I am lucky, I have a very supportive husband, and I am a sulk in silence type, but sometimes it's hard always being the strong one, the one who hides it. I hold it in until I can't anymore. I don't just crack, I break. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I find one way or another to piece myself back together. I am very conscious of my flaws, but the struggle is real. So Nicole, first of all, I want to say how proud I am of you for not identifying with any of your feelings. You call yourself, I am a calm and collected person. You identify as calm and collected. Then you say, I struggle with feeling like I am not enough, feeling like I'm always failing. This is, first of all, your mindset has a great foundation. However, let's work through these feelings. First of all, breaking your roles down into smaller roles, that is understandably overwhelming. If I took everything I did in my life and made it into a role, I'm going to feel like I have 72 jobs. What the heck? I'm not saying your mental health professional is wrong. I'm just saying if that perspective didn't help you, throw it in the trash because girl, it would not have helped me either. Now, when it comes to these things that you're doing, the grocery shopper, the listener friend, the homework tutor, right? When it comes to these things, let's switch your mindset on them because right now it seems to me like you have the mindset of, I have to do these things. I have to fold the laundry. I have to tutor homework. I have to grocery shop, right? Is that true? Is that 100% true? Truly. And I know you're going to say yes. Yeah, I do have to do those things. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to fold the laundry. It could sit there. It could sit there. And we could just live out of unfolded laundry for the rest of our lives. You don't have to fold it, right? You want to fold it. You enjoy folded laundry, right? So when you're folding that laundry, instead of feeling like, oh, I have to fold this laundry, nobody else in this house folds this laundry, you can change your mindset to, I get to provide folded laundry for me and the kids. I get to have clean laundry. Does that suck, folding it? Sure, I freaking hate folding laundry too, girl, I get it. But switch your mindset around it, because the fact is, you don't have to do it. Do you have to grocery shop? No. Your family could go starving. Right? But you're not going to let that happen. You're not going to let that happen. And you also have the means and the funds to be able to grocery shop. I get to grocery shop. I get to choose what my family puts in their bodies. I get to cook for my family. I don't have to, right? And I know that it sounds like, well, that's not helping. That's not going to help me, but I promise it'll help your subconscious, okay? And that's where it starts, because right now your subconscious is very victim. We're feeling very victim. Well, I have to do this and no one else does this and I have to. Switched around, because you don't have to. You don't have to work. You said in here, I have to work. No, you don't. Would your whole life fall apart if you didn't? Sure. I get to work. I get to provide for my family. And I know that that's a hard mindset shift. I know that it is. Trust me. I promise you. I can see you rolling your eyes at me right now. I get it. But I also know, because I was in the same boat. Okay? I was in the same boat. I schedule all the doctor's appointments. I'm the homeschooling mom. I have to take him to all their events and sporting goods and blah, 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 and he just has to go to work. That's all he has to do. He just has to go to work and come home, and I have to do all these things. When I switched it around, it was so helpful for me. I get to stay home. I get to take my kids to their practices and cheer them on and see their smiles, right? Find the positive in what you have to do. Another mindset shift that I think you could make. Let me reread this passage that you said. I don't want my kids to see me quit one of my dreams with school. And my family is my drive, my reason for everything. When I read that, what I hear is that you are at the bottom of the totem pole. You don't matter. You do everything for your family. You don't want your kids to see you fail. What about you? You deserve to watch yourself succeed. You deserve to hit your goals. You deserve to get into a job that you love. You deserve to do things for yourself, not for your family. Sure, we do some things for our family, but what about you, Nicole? What about you? Have you ever done any self-care? When's the last time you did some self-care? And I'm not talking about like grocery shopping by yourself. I feel like that is a staple of mom's things. Like, oh, if I could just go to the grocery store by myself. Honey, that is rock bottom. Rock bottom. What about a massage? What about a walk in nature alone? What about time in your home alone? Is that possible? Oh, well, it's not worth it. It's not worth asking for it. I promise you it is. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to fill yourself. You have to. You have to do things that fill your cup. Or else what are you giving? What do you have to give if you're not filling your own cup? The last thing I'll touch on is boundaries. Boundaries can be so helpful for us when we feel overwhelmed. I know you said in here, I am still learning to voice when I need help and how to let go of some of the smaller roles. This is perfect. Do you have a partner in your life? Do you have any sort of support system? Can you ask them to help? Can you make any of your smaller roles easier? I hate grocery shopping. I hate it with a burning passion in my veins. So what did I do? Instead of actually grocery shopping and going into the store and pushing my cart around every single aisle and picking up things that I don't actually need, I go on Walmart app and I do a Walmart pickup. I only get the things I need. I go and I drive there and I pick it up. Takes less than 10 minutes. My day has been cleared like that. Literally. Or can you ask your spouse, honey, I'm feeling incredibly overwhelmed. Could you please take on the grocery shopping for me this week? Or, because are they competent enough to do that? That is the question. Could you handle the laundry this week? I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's really weighing on me. I just see it and I immediately feel very tight. Can you please take on the laundry for me this week? Learning how to set boundaries, giving up doing everything. And I think I don't know if it's a woman thing or a mom thing or what it is, but we have that like innate idea that we have to do it all. We have to do it all because they're not going to do it right. Who cares if they don't do it right? Who cares if they don't fold the towels how you fold the towels? Who cares if it doesn't look how it looks when you do it? You didn't have to do it. Allow it to come off of you. Allow it to be there. And if you don't have that supportive person in your life, give yourself grace. I am doing this all by myself, and it is okay if I don't get everything done. It is okay if the laundry sits there for a week. It is okay if we live out of the clean laundry basket. I promise you that's okay. I've done it multiple times. Still do it. Have grace with yourself. And like I was talking to Jaylee about, being your best friend. Be your best friend. Stop attacking yourself. Oh, see, you said you have a very supportive husband. You have a very supportive husband, so let's ask him to help you. You have to push through that. You have to push through the limiting beliefs that you have in yourself that say, I have to do everything. These are all my roles. You're literally identifying with the laundry. This is mine. I am the laundry folder. No, we have laundry to do and we are a team. The hold it in until you can't anymore, I don't just crack, I break. That one resonates with me. I feel the same. I do the same. I have the tendency to act that way. The best thing that I can recommend for you is what I was talking to Alexis about numbing. When you find yourself numbing, dig into what's actually going on. Oh my God, I'm numbing again. What am I feeling? Okay, I feel really overwhelmed with laundry and grocery shopping. Okay, let me take some deep breaths. Okay, what's the next right thing to do? I could fold the laundry right now. I might as well just fold the laundry. Or I feel sad about something, or I feel angry. What's going on? What am I feeling that about? Dig into it. Really ask yourself, even if you have to talk out loud to yourself, ask yourself what's going on. Allow yourself to feel the feelings and move through them. You can't go over them. You can't stuff them down. They will come back. I promise you. And that's exactly what you're explaining to me here, is that, you push them down and then they come bubbling right back up when they're too much. They will always come back. So you have to move through them. So work on that. Notice when you're numbing. When you're numbing, try working through the situation. Why am I numbing? What is going on? Okay, I do feel anxiety right now. I do feel overwhelmed. What am I overwhelmed about? Okay, so maybe, what works for you? For me, it's a to-do list. If I can actually see everything I need to do on a list and I can check them off when I'm done with them, it makes me feel better. I feel productive when I can see it all and check it off as I go. And I have grace with myself. Even when I can't complete everything on the list in one day, I have grace with myself and allow myself to understand that I am one woman. I am one woman, and I can only do as much as I can do. But I will get this done. And you feel better about that when you talk to yourself like that. Instead of, you'll never get all of this done. You have so much to do. I can't believe I have to do all of this. This is ridiculous, right? No. Okay, it's all out on paper. I see I only have 7 items. What's one easy thing I can do right now to check it off? And it's like a dopamine hit for me when I check something off my checklist. Oh my God, love that for me. But what's the easiest thing to do right now? What can I get done right now? Get that done. Okay? What's next? Let's just focus on the next right thing. Not everything as a whole. What's the next move? And maybe that will help. Something else that you might enjoy is the one day at a time saying. You have a lot going on. You're about to graduate, you have your kids, everything's happening all at once, and it feels like a lot. Take one day at a time. What do I need to do today? Do not let tomorrow seep into your brain. Don't let next week seep into your brain. Don't let next month seep into your brain. You're already living in December because that's when you graduate. Don't think of that. Focus on today. You'll find yourself a lot less overwhelmed. I promise. I hope this helped at least a little bit. Please give me your feedback. Please comment and let me know if any of this resonated with you at all, or if you're like, Erica, I got nothing from that whatsoever. I would love your feedback. I would love to grow and continue to do these Mindset Mondays. So please subscribe. I really hope to make this a segment. If you're in the Discord, please submit your mindset reworks. I would love to help you. And if you want to stay anonymous, you absolutely can. Just let me know in the first line of your message that you want to be anonymous, and I will not share your name. I love you all so much. This has been such a good time. I love talking. I could talk about mindset forever. So please, please, please subscribe, and let's do this every week. I would love this so much. I love you so much, sweet friends. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, because we're only taking one day at a time.